Hello, people. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's Jay from Hammer and Talk's dad with the cap. But the cap and the AS Roma training top is all a bit of a disguise, really, because I actually don't kind of want it known out in the public domain as it stands at the moment. I'm actually a West Ham supporter because I'm not really proud of it. We're in such a mess. It is unbelievable, and obviously there are three people, or two people in particular, Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Gold, who are to blame for our predicament and the infighting. So this is your shout. It's not really. I'm not really going to go into detail upon the incidents that happened last weekend, other than to say that the people that were out there demonstrating below their little balcony there, I don't blame them at all. You know, it had to come to a head at some point. I think the people that run on the pitch were pretty stupid because you know, they're now facing lifetime bans. Although maybe that's probably quite a good thing the way we are at the moment. But yeah, I mean that really didn't do us any favours at all. I think that's unnecessary. You don't cross that white line. That's just my opinion. But certainly the mass demonstration. I personally, you know, it needed to be done. They needed to see what the level of unrest was. But anyway, that's all I want to say on that. I want to talk more about the team though, and where we are at the moment. The team really, the squad generally is pretty poor. We've got one or two performers in there. The rest I'd like to see shipped out, but again, it all goes back to the same old thing with the board. Because if they had invested, if they had given Bilic, you know, a bit more funding in the summer, if they'd have given Moyes some funding in January, we may not be in a predicament we're in at the moment. And if we were a team on a decent roll, winning matches, top half of the table, pushing on, maybe even looking for a UEFA spot or something like that, a bit like Burnley are really. We wouldn't be having all this unrest and infighting, irrespective of where we were playing, be it Upton Park, be it London Stadium, be it Hackney Marshes. You know, it wouldn't matter. We'd get behind the team, and we would, we would be happy hammers. But we're not, because the investment isn't there. We've got, you know, a piss poor squad in terms of depth. I'd even say we've got a piss poor squad in terms of like quality of what they deliver on the pitch, with the exception of one or two individuals, probably Declan Rice and Ogbonna. I would probably ship the rest of them out, because to me, the way they've been performing over this season and sort of back in the last season, they ain't worth a wank. Sorry, the other exception is obviously Arnautovic, because it's a bit of a one-man team at the moment going forward where he's concerned, so I would keep him. But at the end of the day, he ain't going to stay, is he? Because I can't see us staying up. We're going to go down. We'll have a fire sale, which is probably the best thing we can do, because a lot of these overpaid, underperforming tossers that don't really want to play for the shirt, but happy to say they're 50, 70, 80, 100 grand a week, they can fuck off and do one, as far as I'm concerned, because I want people that are going to be proud to pull that shirt on and want to, you know, run through brick walls for the team and for the supporters, and none of that lot do at the moment. I'd also, you know, and I'm going to sound like I've jumped from one side of the fence to the other and back again. I was quite anti-Moyes for starters. I did a your shout a couple of months in, saying I was actually really impressed with what Moyes was doing, and I thought he was doing a good job. But he's reverted to type again, and I don't think he's the man to take us forward. And I think his sort of substitutions, his tactical awareness, is flawed. Whether or not, it seems funny, it's the same bunch of players that Bilic had, and neither of them can get anything out of this squad of players. So that obviously says something about the squad. It says something about the lack of investment, the strength and depth of the squad, that neither manager could do anything with them. But I ain't being funny, and I know we'll never get them, but if you put Klopp or somebody like that in there, I reckon they probably get a better tune out of them than than Moyes will. But bottom line, at the end of the day, the squad isn't balanced or good enough, and we need a clear out. Now, I obviously don't want us to go to the Championship. I mean, I want to be seeing us playing the likes of Man City and Liverpool and people like that next season, not Barnsley or God knows who else on a wet Tuesday evening. But it might be a good thing if we do have a mass clear out and clear the decks and start again with a new manager with fresh ideas, who's not afraid to make substitutions before the 82nd minute, who can switch tactics mid game, which we seem unable to do. We're sticking with the same system week in, week out. It doesn't work, and just that the on-field stuff definitely impacts the off-field stuff, and it's the poor old supporters that suffer every time, because we're the ones that live, breathe and die West Ham, and the people at the club don't. Simple as that. Noble maybe he does because he's a West Ham supporter, but I don't think any of the others really. At the end of the day, when the final whistle's gone, they all go home. I don't give a shit, do they? They're getting their pay, and that's it. And the directors, like Gold says he's a West Ham supporter. He might be, but he don't feel the pain like we do. Absolutely no way. So it's all crap at the moment. It really is, and I don't know. At least the team, they're away in Miami, so they're all right, Jack, aren't they? They're getting a nice bit of sun, topping up the old town, getting a nice few rays there. Couldn't have gone like localish to sort of Southern Europe where it's nice and warm. No, we just got to go halfway around the world and have a nice little bonding session with on the beach with loads of scantily clad women around. So it's and earning a fortune at it. So it's good work if you can get it. And sadly, it's not my line of business. Wish it was, but it isn't. So with that, I'm actually going to go back to work again now because I've got to earn a crust. Cheers.